Oh my God.
This emitter security cam captured a fire igniting inside an apartment building in Boulder, Colorado. It took several minutes for anyone to notice the fire had started. Meanwhile, the fire quickly spread into a stairwell and the porch of the upstairs apartment, blocking the usual avenue of escape. The family living in the apartment, including 2 children and a dog, was forced to jump from a second-story window to escape the inferno. First responders quickly arrived after the fire was reported, and 20 minutes later, the fire was out. The family patriarch broke his leg after jumping from the window, putting him in the hospital, but he has since recovered. The mother and both children also sustained minor injuries from the fall, but paramedics cleared them at the scene. The building has since been repaired and is now occupied by different tenants. To date, the cause of the fire is still undetermined. In February of 2024, Greg's gutter was clogged and getting overwhelmed by snowmelt, causing a large icicle to form underneath it. He decided it was way past time to deal with it, so he went to knock it down rather than let it get any bigger. Check out what happened when he used a long broom handle to knock down the icicle. Greg admitted that doing this was very dangerous, and you should never knock an icicle down while standing directly below it. He had no idea that the gutter had been damaged by the weight of the icicles, so when he was clearing them off, they brought the gutter down with them. Samuel sure has a nice backyard, but what is that wind we hear? Sounds very dangerous. And that sure is a nice table Samuel has. It sure would be a shame if something were to happen to it. Did you know these tables have a secret feature? They can flip over once. After that, you'll need to buy a new one. Seriously though, the wind was strong enough to flip the table along with a few other things. Yikes! Ready to see a sudden explosion? Watch closely. If you missed it, keep an eye on the white car. The Toyota Corolla's tire suddenly exploded while it sat in a parking lot on a hot summer day. Victor told us the owner had accidentally inflated the tires to 149 psi instead of the recommended 49 psi. Victor went out and deflated the remaining 3 tires to their recommended pressure, for which we're sure his coworker was grateful. Cameron was 10 miles from home before something shocking happened, leading up to what you're about to see next. A chaotic scene unfolded right in front of Richard's house. The driver of a gray Chrysler had followed him home aggressively after Cameron had honked at them when they had merged in front of him while he was in their blind spot. Evidently, what had been intended as a friendly warning had triggered the driver to brake check Cameron, but when he didn't react, they followed him home and even tried running him off the road. When they reached his house, Cameron exited his car with gun in hand before the Chrysler driver sped away. I guess one honk is too much for some people's fragile egos. Even so, if you know someone is following you, don't take them to your house. Call 911 before driving directly to the nearest police station and never join in the road raging. Brandy's neighbor had received a notification that his truck's door had been opened. Let's see who the culprit was. Okay, that bear is definitely not a paid actor. After trying and failing to open the doors of a Toyota Camry, he tried the doors of the pickup truck, and those were apparently easier to figure out. Zoe's neighbor was setting off fireworks one night, but one of them didn't go the expected direction. One of the fireworks shot directly toward their house, hitting the front door before exploding. Another shot under their vehicle before blowing up. Thankfully, nobody was hurt and no permanent damage was inflicted. Our next video is another great example of pedal misapplication. The driver of a Volvo accidentally stepped on the accelerator instead of the brake, then panicked and held the pedal to the metal. Ryder sent us this security cam footage of the sidewalk in front of a neighboring building where a hollow void under the sidewalk made it too weak to support the weight of a boom lift. After several attempts, they were finally able to maneuver the boom lift out of the sidewalk's new hole. The workers placed pylons and trash cans around the hole to warn pedestrians. Ryder told us this happened back in 2018, and this was the second time the sidewalk collapsed in the same spot. There's currently some debate as to whether the sinkhole underneath may be growing larger. Time for a funny video from Sentry Mode, a Tesla's built-in security cams. They captured this woman hitting a tennis ball in the garage before it smacked her texting husband in the head. The impact of the tennis ball caused him to drop some chairs and have a coughing fit. Meanwhile, his loving wife couldn't help but laugh hysterically. The driver of an SUV was making their way through a mall parking lot as a pickup parked next to this submitter's Model Y was reversing. The SUV driver backed up to make room for the pickup, but another vehicle behind them stopped them from getting out of the way. For whatever reason, the pickup driver kept going even with the SUV visible in his side view mirror, and the whole thing was captured by our submitter's Tesla's built-in security cams. After the collision, the pickup drove off while the SUV driver just parked in its old spot. It seems like neither driver cared about what had happened. Richard told us he always takes a security cam with him on vacation. This time, it captured a bear attempting to get into his new truck. Richard moved the camera closer for a better view. Check out these videos from multiple bear encounters, including a mother with her cubs. Ryan sent us this security cam video showing a raccoon walking across his patio. In this video, 2 raccoons climbed down a support. Perhaps they'd been attending some secret raccoon party. A squirrel was peacefully drinking from a water dish in Paul's backyard when wham bam! The squirrel was attacked and chased off by another one. But the attacker wasn't done. Paul's security cam was his next target. Have you ever seen a bee try to use a doorbell? This is the kind of incredible action you won't see anywhere but Wham Baam Securitycam. Perhaps he'd seen his friend plastered to the front of Sarah's car and wanted to get revenge. Watch this episode if you want to see more adorable animals caught on Securitycam. Or watch this one if you want to see another frightening confrontation with a gun. Don't forget to send us your videos using the link in the description below.